my name is Jade, and I'm coming to you to start a video blog. I have a lot of thoughts on a daily basis, and I feel like I need to get them out. And even if nobody watches, at least I'm getting them out. So let me start off by saying a little bit about me. I am 38. I am a Leo, born in August. I have two children, beautiful children. My son is 20 and my daughter is 13. I've been married twice. I've lived in 9 different states, and I was born in New Hampshire. I was a teacher for 8 years. I taught art in preschool. I love kids. I love animals. I love my bunny. That's my Bonnie down there. She's awesome. And that's about it. One major thing about me that kind of defined me as a person was that my mom abandoned me when I was really little. And I have struggled with abandonment issues and searching for love my whole life, acceptance, because of that. And I think a lot of people out there do the same thing, and they have their own reasons, and a lot of times I find that it has nothing to do with their parents, but in my case, it was. My dad wasn't there for me, so I sought after affection from men in all the wrong ways, as do a lot of girls. I got pregnant at 16, had my baby at 17, and, just really have tried my whole life to find somebody to love me for who I am. And I am realizing this week that I love me for who I am. And I'm okay with me. I've been okay with me for a very long time. It doesn't matter if I find somebody. That's where I'm coming, the conclusion. I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like we're all looking for answers to questions that we'll never get. And we're putting our happiness in somebody else's hands. Not the smartest thing to do. Lots of things, lots of factors can change all that. You may find somebody that you connect with on a very, very, very deep level. And you may find somebody who feels that way about you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that both of you feel the same way about it. That's when it gets really tricky. Now let's just say you do find somebody that feels the same exact way about you as you do them. Then you have this. But what happens if something happens to the other person? Say they get sick and pass away. You're back to, guess what? One. Happens all the time. How many couples die together? Not many. Statistically, you're gonna die alone. Statistically. So accept it. Don't put your happiness into somebody else's hands. Yes, that person can make you happy. Yes, that person can give you wonderful feelings. But it doesn't guarantee they're going to be with you till the end. Lots of factors. Let's just say we got those two people again. They come together. They're perfect for each other. They both love each other the same way. Life happens. They drift apart. They're now living in a house and they're kind of like this. Eventually they become like this. This is what happened in my marriage. And eventually somebody goes away and you're back down to one. Or they just live unhappily for the rest of their lives for the sake of being married, because that happens a lot, sadly. Me and my ex, we at least were adult enough to realize that we were heading down a path that was never going to lead to this happiness that we thought it was going to. But had you had asked me 10 years ago who I would be with in the end, I would have said Rick. And if you would have said otherwise, I would have fought you. And that's the truth. Now here I sit. Rick's at his house, I'm at my house, and we're okay with that. Him, not so much. Me, I'm a lot more okay with it. He's got his own hang-ups. He had the perfect wife, because I really did try. And I was stupid. I was stupid because I gave way too much. Like I said, a lot. Sometimes you lose yourself when you give too much. I had to stop, take a time out, start giving to myself. But then I gave to myself a lot too much. It was a little bit crazy in the beginning when I first left him. A lot more balance now. But I made some mistakes. Horrible man. Horrible man. I let him move in with me. We got an apartment together. And he molested my daughter. Upon finding out, I of course had him arrested. He went to jail. But because it happened while I was asleep and I was in the home, I was found as a negligent parent. State of Kentucky, that's just the way it is. So I lost rights to my daughter. I have to visit her at her dad's house while he's home. I have not slept in the same house as my child for probably about 6 months now. And it hurts. And I miss her. Even though I see her, it's not the same. It's not the same as being able to spend time away from that house. It's getting better. And it will get better. Because I have faith. I have faith in God. And I have faith that God will help me with justice in this situation. Because I stand on what's right. And I didn't know that that sick fucker was touching my daughter. Had I known, I don't know what I would have done. Because like I said, you don't know what you'll do in a situation until you're in it. When I found out, you know, everybody always throws that around. Well, I'd kill him. He'd be dead. That's what everybody keeps telling me. He'd be dead. Okay, first off, that's real easy to say till it's time to dish out the killing. Okay? It's real easy to say it. I'd kill him. I'd kill him. But when something like that happens to you, you stand there and you don't even know what to say because it's your whole freaking world. Like, when it happened to me, when I found out that the person that I had trusted had done something so heinous and betrayed me on such a level, and then the victim, the real victim, was my daughter, and how overwhelming that was. I couldn't do anything but cry and lay on the floor. I couldn't have killed nobody. Hell, I cried for 3 fucking days. For my kid? Not for him. Hell no, not for him. I haven't even missed him. Not one little bit. It was kind of weird for me because normally I would like mourn the loss of a relationship. But I didn't even mourn the loss of this relationship. It was over as soon as I found out. As soon as I found out what he did, all the love that I had for that man was gone. Did I want to kill him? Maybe a little. But as time goes on, I'm realizing that's not the answer. And as much as I want to hate Tim, what good's that going to do? Just hurt this. Hurt me. and potentially hurt my daughter. Because if I'm hurting me by holding on to anger and then guess what? I'm hurting her. Because like I said, if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't take care of anybody else. So, no, I don't hate him. Do I hate what he did? Yes. Do I hate all child molestation? Yes. And I have no problem saying that. Even though I don't like to hate. And I really don't like that word. But I hate it. Because it's wrong. It like makes my belly churn. Just this conversation or it's not a conversation, I'm talking to myself or whatever, but this topic just makes my stomach burn. Like it makes this acid taste come up in my mouth. Like, yeah, like I get nauseous when I think about what happens in child molestation and how it's like this lifelong shit that people have to deal with, and this baggage that never seems to go away. You always hold this weird little thought in the back of your head. I know, because I was a child once, and in those years of childhood I was molested by more than one person on several different occasions. I'll just use the word several. I was molested a lot for years by people that I was supposed to be able to trust. So when this happened to my daughter, it was like tenfold on my psyche. I'm having a really hard time with it. But now, this sick fucker, he's gonna get out of jail in less time than I'll do before I get my 100% custody of my daughter back. Which really does piss me off. Which brings me to my point. As much as I'm upset with what Tim did, I'm more upset with our justice system. It makes me have this rage inside of me. I've never felt rage. I didn't even know what it was. This is causing rage. Injustice is causing rage. Honestly, I don't know what to do with all this rage. Because there's nothing I can do. It's the justice system. You can't fight the law. You can't. I'm just one person. So I just have to bite my tongue, bend over, and take it in the ass. It's okay. It's for my kid. I will. I'd do it 1,000,000 times over. It's for my kid. But I'm realizing now that I need to be praying for Tim. I need to be praying for his salvation. Because if he finds God and he realizes what his sin was and he realizes how wrong he was in everything he did, then maybe he won't hurt anybody else. And that's all I want, is for nobody else to get hurt. That's why I wanted him to be locked away, so he couldn't hurt nobody. But you see, now he's getting out. And I'm sitting here going, oh, he's going to be out hurting people. And this makes me even more angry. I'm like, this damn justice system. What the hell? The two victims in this situation are my daughter and me. And we're the ones being punished. We're the ones. Stupid. Stupid. And this is exactly why all that child molestation in the world that goes unreported, and everybody's like, well, why didn't they report it? Now you know why. Because this is how it all plays out. This is how it all plays out. Look at me. Not pretty. And there's nothing I can do about it. But through pain comes growth. And that's what I'm doing. I feel like I'm a little caterpillar that has crawled up inside a cocoon. And I'm waiting for this metamorphosis to come out. Like a butterfly. Only mine doesn't happen in just a few short weeks. Because this transformation I'm going through right now, I don't know how long it's going to take. Doesn't really matter how long it takes. Got my whole life, right? I've come this far. And everything that happens, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And people may look at me and go, but how could you say there was a reason? How could you say there was a reason that your daughter got molested? And honestly, I don't know the reason, but it did happen for a reason. We may never know what the reason is. There's no excuse for what he did. There's no explanation for what he did. But there was a reason. I don't know what that reason was. I thought for a minute that it was so that he could go to jail and not hurt anybody else. But that didn't work because look, he's getting out. So I don't know what the reason is. I may never know the reason. But that's okay, because it's not my job to do those reasonings. That's God's job, not mine. I'm just a lowly human. I don't have to know the reason, and I don't have to dish out the justice that will come to Tim for what he did, because that's the way the world works. You get what you put in. So if you're putting out evil, guess what you're getting? Evil. If you're putting out good, you're going to get good. But I do think that people that put out a whole lot of good, they get a lot. They don't always just get good. I mean, they get bad stuff too. And sometimes I feel like they get a little bit more bad than the average person, because they're viewed as weak or compassionate, and somebody that is evil sees that and preys on it. Therefore, they get a little bit more than just the regular person. But I think that's why we're here. So all you people out there with your big hearts, it's not a curse, it's a blessing, because you are a flashlight in this world. And I'm learning, I don't want to just be a flashlight. I want to be a lighthouse. I want people to see me and feel safe. Not just use me when times get tough. That was my revelation last week. I have revelations on a daily, and that's what these blogs are going to be. I'm just going to get on here. I'm going to talk about the revelations that I have through spiritual growth and healing. Today's revelation was realizing that I wasn't angry. I mean, I am angry at Tim, but that's not where this deep-seated rage is coming from. This deep-seated rage is aimed at the judicial system. And the first step in me conquering this rage was realizing what it was really aimed at, because I was thinking it was Tim. And see, when I was growing up, from age 3 to 8, I lived with my grandma. And my grandma is the most wonderful woman that has ever graced this planet. She's gone now. She's been gone for 6 years. But anyway, she used to tell me stuff. She used to say these little things to me. And growing up, I didn't really think much of them. But one of them that she told me was, if it's worth doing, then it's worth doing right. I just now remembered that last week. I remembered that. And it was almost like I could hear her voice saying it to me. Followed by Dia. That's what she used to call me, Dia. Very, very thick New England accent. So it was really dear, but she was with her main accent, Dia. She also told me so much about life and about what it means. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm starting to remember all that. I think for a while I was so hurt with her death and the loss. And I was so woe is me. I felt sorry for myself because I'm now alone on this planet. I don't have parents. My entire family was in one woman. So when she died, it was like everybody was gone. Yeah, my father's still alive. I do still have a dad, but he is by no means a dad. uh, and I haven't heard from him in I don't even know how long, so whatever. And my birth person is still alive, but yeah, I haven't talked to her in I don't even know how long. I tried so long to build some sort of relationship with her just to come to the conclusion that it's her loss. All these years that she didn't get to know me or my children, her grandchildren, she's the one who missed out, not me. I didn't miss out on nothing. Nothing. That woman couldn't have gave me nothing.